obviously, Julian Assange is the person who is heading up WikiLeaks. They have released documents about governments across the world, of course, the U.S. government, and the U.S. government is considering action against them. Meanwhile, Sweden, just at the same exact time as the damaging leaks came out, decided they were going to charge him with some sexual assault cases in cases with women that he slept with voluntarily the first time around, but there's an issue of whether he used a condom or didn't want to use a condom, whether they wanted it or not. Now, those might be interesting cases, but one wonders if they are in fact related to WikiLeaks. Okay, look, I know we're all supposed to be neutral on that and say the courts should decide it, and obviously that's true, but you're telling me that timing is a coincidence? Come on. And of course, Julian Assange is worried that Sweden, who has extradited people to the United States before, is actually using this as a ruse to get them to Sweden, to extradite them to the U.S., where the U.S. might be preparing draconian charges against them for actually doing journalism, which apparently is not allowed in the United States of America anymore. And God forbid you should uncover what the government is doing. They'll come down like a ton of bricks on you. So, since Britain finally decided, yes, we are going to extradite him to Sweden to face those charges, well, Julian Assange went to the embassy of Ecuador and asked for asylum. While Ecuador's President Rafael Correa is thinking about whether to grant him asylum or not, apparently, we just learned now, the British have sent a letter to the Ecuadorians threatening a raid on the embassy if they give Assange asylum, which is unprecedented. In the letter, they said there will be serious implications for our diplomatic relations, but that's just a warning. Here's the real threat. Quote, "You need to be aware that there is a legal base in the UK, the Diplomatic and Consular Premises Act of 1987, that would allow us to take actions in order to arrest Mr. Assange in the current premises of the embassy." So the foreign minister of Ecuador, Ricardo Patiño, came out and was enraged over this, understandably so, saying, what? You're going to now break all international precedent and raid our embassy to go get Julian Assange? But I'm sure it's over a sexual assault case in Sweden. That's what all these governments are so concerned about, right? Not that Assange's WikiLeaks is revealing incredibly relevant information about the U.S., other Western governments. By the way, Tunisia and Egypt, which led to, at least partly led to revolutions there. That's not what the governments are concerned about. They're so worried that he didn't use a condom once in Sweden. Yeah, I'm sure that's why they're thinking of breaking all international law by raiding an embassy. When it comes to WikiLeaks, they are so scared to death that their own people might find out what they're up to, that they will break any law to get to Assange. We used to be proud of Western democracy. We also used to be proud of our press. I wish we can get back to those days, but right now we seem very, very far removed from that. As to, the particulars in the Sweden case, I don't know about that. I do know that removed from that, on the actual journalism that Assange has done, he's a hero to the world.